Can I share one of my pet peeves as an accompanist? Whenever you come into an audition and you open up your audition book and I see musicnotes.com on the bottom, I instantly get annoyed. So why am I annoyed when I see musicnotes.com? Okay, let me just go on a little rant here for a second and just have a little video dedicated to this topic, because this is something that really just drives some of us crazy, us audition accompanists out there. Musicnotes.com and similar other sheet music direct or these sheet music sites, you know what, they're great for some things. They're really great for if you are trying to find a song, a pop song, and you really want to sing it or perform it with a piano. Usually you can find somebody's arrangement of it out there, and then you print it off and you can play it. Now let me tell you the bad thing, the thing that's annoying about Music Notes or Sheet Music Direct or one of these. The problem with that is that the way these work, and I actually have some out there on my own, these are just people arranging them themselves, and then they make a little tiny cut, like a cent for every sale of what they sell. So these are just, normal people out there making arrangements. They do have a rating system involved with them, but the problem for musical theater is that, say you want to sing Green Finch and Linnet Bird from Sweeney Todd, and you go to musicnotes.com, you type it in and you find the arrangement. Well, most likely that is just not enough. That's not an official arrangement, right? That doesn't come from the official piano vocal selections of the show, and it definitely doesn't come from the piano vocal score, the official one from the show that's licensed. It's basically an arrangement of sorts. And what ends up happening is that you end up buying an arrangement that is not what the show is. It's just somebody's own version. And when you're dealing with professional accompanists in New York like myself, we know the real version. We know the songs. We played them a million times. We know what the arrangement is. We know what it's supposed to look like. And then when you come in with something that's all strange, well, not only can it mess your audition up because we're looking at something that is not actually the song, it just doesn't sound as good. It doesn't sound as good as what was, when we make a piano vocal score for a show, we put a lot of time into making sure that it best suits the voice, especially for musical theater. So my rule of thumb is, when you are doing a musical theater song for an audition, make sure that you're bringing in the actual piano vocal score for that audition, and don't go to Music Notes or one of those sites and try to get it there. It's almost 99% of the time it's wrong. Now, if you can't find the piano vocal score for your show, that happens sometimes. First, I would reach out to maybe a friend, music director, other actors, and see if they have it, number one. Because most music directors like myself, we have almost every piano vocal score there is. If you can't find it that way, or you don't have those connections, I understand. You could also email me. What you could also do is go to scribd.com. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's SCRIBD.com. And there you can actually find a lot of scanned copies of documents, but in our case, piano vocal scores or conductor scores or whatever. So try to get it that way, and just make sure you have the piano vocal score. Now, let's talk about pop music. Now, when you're dealing with pop music, of course, you're not going to have official piano vocal scores. You're going to have arrangements anyway. So when you have pop music, just make sure you're finding not a beginner copy. Sometimes, crazy enough, I've played auditions where somebody bought the beginner piano where it's this huge whole note and it's for kids. Yikes, that's a mess. Make sure you get a real piano vocal score that has a real arrangement piano on it, that's not guitar and just guitar chords and stuff, that has the piano version of the song. Otherwise, your accompanist is going to look at you crazy, and you don't want that. You want to have a good audition, so make sure you do the work of getting the right arrangement for your accompanist. Okay, in closing, I don't want to knock musicnotes.com or Sheet Music Direct or these places. They're really wonderful, especially for certain things. But as a musical theater actor, yeah, just try to avoid it. Make it a last resort. Make it the bottom of the list. If you can't find a song, then have to resort to musicnotes.com. Okay, fine.